At the Christmas party, my parents gave the kids gift bags. My son's gift bag had nothing, just a note that said, "Better luck next time." So we got up and left. A few days later, the police showed up and told my parents to go when they tried to approach my son. My son spent 3 days making his cousin's homemade ornaments. He traced their names in glitter. "Think grandma will hang them on her tree?" he asked, eyes bright. I smiled. Didn't tell him I already knew the answer. The house looked perfect. Too perfect. Every decoration symmetrical. The kind of Christmas where presentation mattered more than people. The other kids ran wild, shrieking, shaking presents. My son sat quietly, ornaments on his lap, waiting for permission to join. "Can I help with anything?" he asked my mother. She glanced at him like he'd interrupted something important. "Go play." No smile, no warmth, just dismissal. I watched how adults leaned in when other kids spoke, how they stepped back when mine approached. He was invisible in a room full of family. After dessert, my father clapped his hands. "Gift bag time!" The kids swarmed the pile, bright bags overflowing with candy, toys, gift cards. My son waited patiently, hands folded. He was given his bag last. "Thank you," he whispered, reaching inside. His smile collapsed. He reached again, slower. "Mom?" His voice cracked. I stepped closer. The bag was empty except for a folded note. "Better luck next time." My vision blurred. I looked up. My mother wouldn't meet my eyes. My father cleared his throat. "Sometimes things don't work out evenly," he muttered. A few relatives chuckled. Not cruel laughter. Worse, uncomfortable laughter. My son stared at the note. "What does it mean?" I crouched in front of him. "It means we're leaving." I didn't raise my voice. I took his hand and walked out. No one followed. No one apologized. In the car, he asked the question that shattered me. "Did I do something wrong?" I pulled over. "No, you did nothing wrong, ever." He nodded, but his eyes told me he didn't believe it. My parents didn't call, didn't text. They expected us to come back, expected me to smooth it over. What they didn't know was that my son was already struggling. School had been hard, friendships fragile. That empty bag confirmed a fear he couldn't yet put into words. 3 days later, my mother called. "You embarrassed us," she snapped. "I embarrassed a child," I replied. She hung up. I documented everything. The note, the timeline. The next afternoon, I heard the knock, sharp, impatient. My son was building with blocks, humming quietly. I opened the door just enough to see them. "We need to talk," my mother said, smiling like nothing happened. I stepped outside and closed the door. "Not here." My father frowned. "Why are you acting like this?" "Because you humiliated my child." My mother sighed. "You're still on that?" "We came to see him," she said, lifting a plastic bag. "Candy, cheap toys." "You're not seeing him." My father's voice hardened. "You don't get to keep a grandchild from us. You don't get access to a child you refuse to treat with dignity." My mother stepped closer. "He needs family. Love doesn't humiliate," she scoffed. "It was a joke." I pulled the note from my pocket. "This is not a joke." My father tried to push past me. I took out my phone. I asked them to leave. They didn't. My mother called my son's name through the door. I called the police. 2 officers arrived. I showed them the note, the texts. "This is ridiculous," my father muttered. The officer looked at him evenly. "Sir, you've been asked to leave. We're his grandparents," my mother said. "And right now, you're trespassing." She called my son's name again. The officer stepped between them and the door. "If you attempt to approach the child again, there will be consequences." Neighbors watched. My parents finally left. Inside, my son looked up. "Was that Grandma and Grandpa?" "Yes." "Am I in trouble?" I knelt and took his hands. "No, you are safe. You are loved." He nodded and went back to his blocks. Weeks passed. My son changed in small but powerful ways. He stopped asking if he was allowed. He laughed more freely. I called the police because my child needed to see that adults who cross lines face consequences. Children don't need everyone. They need one adult who will say, "No more."